Coming up in tonight's bulletin, Honiara City Council in Guadalcanal Province launched the rollout of the HPV vaccine. The Guadalcanal provincial government has signed a landmark agency agreement with the Ministry of Education and Human Resources Development to implement the new Education Act 2023. And Prime Minister Manele has adjourned Parliament to the 4th of August 2025 to allow the Public Accounts Committee to conduct its inquiry and prepare a report on the 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Andrea Mahanwa. Honiara City Council in Guadalcanal Province launched the rollout of the HPV vaccine. Sharon Anau reports.
Honiara City Council and Guadalcanal Province today launched the rollout of the HPV vaccine, which protects against several types of papillomavirus, a common sexually transmitted infection linked to cervical cancer. Today's launching program also marks the rollout of the HPV vaccine across the country. Girls from the age of 9 years old to 14 years of age are eligible for vaccination. Minister of Health and Medical Services, Honorable Dr. Paul Bosawai, in his remarks at the launch, says the vaccine will help prevent young girls in the country from contracting cervical cancer later in their adult life.
Upon receiving their vaccine today, and many more girls who will receive theirs tomorrow and onwards, these young girls will be protected from the human papillomavirus later in life, and therefore reduce their risks of developing cervical cancer when they become adult women. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a momentous occasion that underlines our commitment to the health and well-being of our nation's women. With this introduction and commencing our catch-up campaign, we aim to provide protection to the most vulnerable among us and strive to reduce the burden of cervical cancer. I call upon all stakeholders, health care professionals, civil societies, organizations, partners, churches, church leaders, and also private sectors across Solomon Islands to join hands with us in this noble endeavor.
Guadalcanal Province Health Service Dr. Rayboy Seleso called on communities in the province to support the vaccine rollout.
Please support him with our daughters Bluyumi, aged 9 to 14. Support Bluyu Bahemi, protect him, dignity bloketa gele and woman Bluyumi, dreams bloketa for future and out future bloketa too. You save lo culture Bluyumi lo golakana. Women have breeds lo ancestral inheritance blo Yumi. Yumi holem auto woman holem family blo Yumi together. They nurture life and sustain our communities over the years. Our women are our future of our land. The girls we protect today will become mothers and leaders of tomorrow for Guadalcanal and for Solomon Islands.
Meanwhile, Australian High Commission Councillor Human Development Dr. Tristine Armstrong said Australia is happy to support Solomon Islands' HPV vaccine rollout and remains a strong support of vaccine rollout globally.
Big catch-up lo HPV vaccine by him start for rollout across the country or him start finish here with him Gavi and DFAT support. By him Kasim every gale lo solo we got 9 years go Kasim 14 years and by big catch-up go lo mola future for vaccinate every gale time we got to turn 9 years old. Another important something too here, Australia providing 75 million lo voluntary core funding, another 25 million more for go inside lo World Health Organization emergencies program.
For SIBC TV, I'm Sharon Nanau.
Guadalcanal Province is wasting no time in its push to improve education services. The province has made a historic step forward by signing an agency agreement with the Ministry of Education and Human Resources Development to implement the new Education Act 2023. Simon Tavake with the details.
The Guadalcanal provincial government has signed a landmark agency agreement with the Ministry of Education and Human Resources Development to implement the new Education Act 2023. The signing ceremony took place in Honiara yesterday. making Guadalcanal the first province to begin implementing the legislation. The Act sets a national framework to regulate and oversee early childhood, primary and secondary education. It also includes key provisions for teachers' registration and school governance. In his remarks, Minister for Education and Human Resources Development, Honorable Tozen Leokana, highlighted the importance of the agreement for Guadalcanal Province.
For Guadalcanal Province, this agreement enables the province to exercise greater authority in planning and managing its education system while still being aligned to our national goals and policies. It empowers the Guadalcanal provincial government to make decisions on educational matters that are timely, contextualized, specific, and based on realities on the ground. The agency's agreement is fully aligned with the policies of the current national unity, or the government of national unity and transformation, particularly the commitment to improve service delivery and to enhance the access and quality of education, and to empower provincial governments.
Premier of Guadalcanal Province, Honorable Willie Atu, told SIBC TV that implementing the Act will help the province achieve quality education.
By looking at some time where the agency come inside us and we are acting on behalf. So in this case, we're acting on behalf of the Ministry of Education, and meaning like this, suppose you looking at Guadalcanal, although some places in Guadalcanal are very remote, yeah, and also Taka province of Solomon, you go around Locano, no one because place, because school, no. But the Guadalcanal sample place inside the Busit, people must like go and to them. So in this regard, people like for some you had one minister Taleb, irrespective of your geography, irrespective of your location, you must guarantee access to education. And that's not only access, but the quality of education by hopefully by able to achieve it.
The event marks a major milestone for Guadalcanal Province in strengthening and advancing its education sector. Simon Tavake, SIBC TV.
Prime Minister Honorable Jeremiah Manele has adjourned Parliament to Monday, 4th August 2025, to allow the Public Accounts Committee, PAC, to conduct its inquiry and prepare a report on the 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill, which is now before the Speaker's office. In addressing Parliament on Monday, Honorable Manele said the adjournment is necessary to give the PAC time to carry out its mandated role. He also informed the House that the 2024 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025 will be presented to regularize government spending for last year.
Mr. Speaker, with regards to this motion of special adjournment, a few reasons, important reasons for this special adjournment. First, to give time for the Public Accounts Committee to conduct its inquiry, hearings, and of course prepare its report on the 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025. I believe that bill is now with the Speaker's office. As soon as the Speaker clears it, then the Public Accounts Committee should schedule its hearings on this important bill. There is also 2024 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025 to regularize spending incurred in 2024. So that's the main reason, Mr. Speaker.
The Prime Minister added the break will also allow for his upcoming bilateral meeting with New Zealand and his visit to Rennell and Bellona Province.
I would say in the next couple of weeks I've also been invited for a bilateral official visit to New Zealand. So I will travel on the 28th of July and return on the 2nd of August. This is an invitation that I've postponed a couple of times, but I think it's important that I attend this. It's coming from one of our important bilateral partners in New Zealand to discuss a number of important bilateral initiatives between our two countries. There is also the Rainbow Province Second Appointed Day that falls on the 22nd of July 2025. The Minister of Provincial Government and some of us will be attending that as well to celebrate with our people from Rainbow Province on the 22nd of July. I understand the Speaker also has an engagement in the next couple of weeks, so as some of you in terms of your overseas meetings, as well as medical referrals, which are important as well.
The Prime Minister reiterates that the purpose of the adjournment is to support due parliamentary process and ensure proper scrutiny of the 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill before debate. And now UNICEF has successfully concluded a 3-day capacity building workshop in Kirakira, aimed at strengthening the roles and effectiveness of ward development communities across Makira Ulua Province. Alex Tadamu reports.
The United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, has successfully completed a 3-day workshop aimed at strengthening the capacity of ward development committees, WDCs, across Makira Ulua Province. The training, held from 9th July to July 11th in Kirakira Station, brought together representatives from 20 wards, including 40 ward development committee members, along with provincial heads of divisions and key stakeholders. The training participants were praised for their commitment during the workshop training.
We have come to the close of this very important 3 days workshop on capacity building. I stand this afternoon therefore with great honor and gratitude. For me, so I reflect back to how you started off the first day, where at that time our mindsets came a little bit away yet. As we come back and we start to sit down with you the last part of the lecture and then on to the activity this afternoon, I begin to sense the ownership, the collaboration, the commitment that has taken place over these last 3 days. And for that, we're proud to must stand and appreciate and work our commitment that you forgot.
Mr. Trainer highlighted the significance of water, sanitation and hygiene, health and education to the development of the country.
The past 3 days, you have explored deeply into the key sectors that are the very foundation of our communities: water, sanitation and hygiene, the health and education. You see, my good officers, we can talk about development, but if we forget these 3 key areas, then development will not go a long way. These 3 social sectors play a crucial role in the reshaping and the shaping of development within our communities, our province, and at our national level. Therefore, on this note, we like to thank you for everyone now, for the patience, the willingness, the loneliness, we for come down to level, for learn from what our facilitators blaming, share ideas, discuss together, and present as a group.
Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
Minister of Health and Medical Services, Honourable Paul Bosawai, has called on all provincial premiers to allocate at least 10 hectares of land for development of healthcare facilities. Speaking in Parliament, Minister Bosawai stressed the importance of securing enough land to meet both current and future healthcare needs. He said smaller land allocations are not suitable for long-term planning and may prevent the expansion of services and infrastructure as populations grow.
I would want to see the minimum area for provincial health hospitals or facilities should be 10 hectares. We have experienced there are some that allocated 5 hectares, which when we plan for the 30 years time, 5 hectares is not enough, Mr. Speaker. So that when we want to decentralize healthcare system that is equivalent to NRH, we need a bigger space, especially for the support services, that the health we want to build for our people in the next 30 years could be enough. Otherwise, we need to build up. But the problem of building up as well, it comes with a cost. You will meet the power of the elevators and all this. So it's good to build horizontal so that we save cost with the power. But I really sincerely acknowledge the opposition leader for asking this very important question that gives me the opportunity to inform our good premiers across the country that when you plan your provincial headquarters, please give me 10 hectares for the provincial hospital.
SIBC News understands, although health facilities coverage exists across the country, quality and access to these facilities by rural populations remains a challenge. And now, sympathy voting remains a common topic during elections in Solomon Islands. Alex Dadamo reports.
Sympathy voting remains a common topic during elections in Solomon Islands. Sympathy voting is often referred to situations where a spouse of a former member of parliament is elected into office, usually after their partner's passing or exit from politics. Westminster Foundation for Democracy consultant Dr. Tony Hiriasia says while the practice is often debated, it is not solely driven by sympathy.
Some call it sympathy voting. I do not necessarily see it as that because usually you find them that women, and as we've seen the trend, women came in after husband either him lose or him defeated in a petition.
Hiriasia explains the trend is likely driven by voters' intent to maintain current development programs in their communities.
Low opinion blow me. The whole reason why we've seen that happen in Settler past, and mainly because those were okata supporting husband, during elections, they did not really want to disturb the status quo, So maybe husband come in, him already kick him off programs where him run, and when a new person him come in, by things him change. So what we've seen so far is that people just want to maintain the ongoing programs, and in order to do that, they have to support a person him likely for maintaining that and sustain him. So that's probably why we are seeing that him happen. 2-3 cases, and the recent one we've seen this side of Guadalcanal. So,
Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.